From Provo, Utah, this is the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast with your hosts, Joseph DeGolier and Caleb Schweiss. This is Ultima Final Fantasy. Welcome to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. I am Joe.
And I'm Caleb.
And someone sent us in a mobile review.
Fucking finally. So, we got a mobile review for Crystal Defenders, a tower defense game that was released.
It's part of the Ivalice Alliance.
Yeah, I called bullshit at first, but Joe looked it up, and I guess it's in Ivalice,
so it's a Final Fantasy game.
Whatever.
By association.
Yeah, it's basically, I don't know, it's just a standard tower defense game. You level up you've got like warriors, I think, black mage, white mage, and they do different things, and you just kind of level them up with skill points you get for surviving. Pretty standard for the tower defense style genre.
Yeah, so if you want to hear us talk about 14 1.0, we're going to talk about it next week instead, just because in honor of getting our first mobile review.
This is quite momentous.
We got to put it out there. It's a great review. Also, I listened to it last night. It's very funny, and I don't know, it's just perfect. So if you're looking to review a mobile game for us, this is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah,
or this is what you should shoot for. Honestly.
Yeah, just make it entertaining, and make sure it's one that is technically in the universe too. I know this one is, but just gotta make sure. We don't want to open up a can of worms of stuff that we should play on top of what we're replaying. So
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So before we get started, make sure you guys check us out on youtube.com/Ultima Final Fantasy. Like us or follow us on Twitter. It's at UFF Podcast. I'll answer you there eventually. Like our page on Facebook, facebook.com/Ultima Final Fantasy. Support us on Patreon. You guys give us $1 a month. We'll give you all our stuff early. This is all the episodes a day early, in addition to any new project, anything that we come out with, our new drops, or not drops, our new jingles, any new show ideas, stuff like that. It's all going to be on there first, so you guys will get the first nod.
Sneak preview.
Yeah, a little sneak peek. And of course, we are live streaming on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Ultima Final Fantasy. And you can find everything and so much more at ultimafinalfantasy.com. Join our forums there. It's great.
Yeah, and call our phone line. Give us a message or give us a question.
Yeah, maybe we'll read it.
Intro.
We'll play it.
We're going to do one today.
We are.
Okay. Do that at 385-204-3921. That's 385-204-3921. The lines are open.
Oh, yes. It's always open for you guys.
So, what's going on in 14 with this?
Well, I reached level 50 just a couple days ago. I did I've been doing the storyline quests, really hitting them pretty hard, because I looked at it and there's a lot of level 50 quests, and then I also noticed the gaps between level caps for the mainline, and I was like, I don't want to deal with that, so I just plowed through what I could, and then I did my daily roulettes, and I got up to 50 yesterday, I believe. Or no, the day before, Thursday. I got
begging you to wait for me. Please wait for me.
No,
you've been playing it so much more than we said.
No, not really that much more. You're just doing something else one day.
I
am
out of the week. 1 day less.
No, 2 days less.
No, 1 day less, because I played on Thursday to make up. I am 1 day less than you. Than you're supposed to be. There's no way I should be 4 levels behind you, having played 1 day less than you have. A 3-hour chunk.
You got to do your roulettes. I'm not waiting on that.
Wait for me in the story.
Play the game.
In the story, wait for me. I'm sick of you doing that.
Sick of me doing that.
Please, just level up some more. I don't care. Do extra quests.
You need to play more. You're only made up 1 of the 2 days. And plus, we got to look at actual play time. We got to look at that, too. See how much more I've done.
See, you have been going the extra mile. It would be fine if you were doing the extra mile and like doing extra quests, but you're doing the story quests, and that's the shit that I want to do. It
doesn't matter though.
All of us as a group, because most at least of me and you together.
It's a single player story for the most part anyway. It's not like we're doing it together. We're in separate instances.
No, but that way you like get to the same dungeons at the same time and are ready to go.
I can always redo the dungeon. It's not a big deal for me.
It's lame.
Suck it up.
It's lame
man.
what you're doing.
Hurry up.
I don't like it.
We were supposed to do this fucking thing in 2 months.
We're going
and you're beating
to.
off. No, we're not. Have you looked at the level 50 quests? They're fucking long. There's actual story in the game now. It's not just a number.
Look, we got... Okay, let me pull up the calendar real quick.
All right, pull up the fucking calendar.
Sorry, my phone's being really slow.
We've got 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks.
I can get to level 50 by like Tuesday. I think.
There's like four or five quests
to
that
do
you
in the
can
game.
do.
Hold on.
In that time.
We have one. Yeah, we got 2 weeks.
All right, so we have 2 weeks to complete all of the level 50 quests.
Yeah, and you know what? I have next week off from school, so
do I.
Yeah, I don't work during the week. I'll be able to catch up. Stop doing story quests.
If you're able to catch up, shouldn't matter.
Don't do any level 50 story quests.
I'm not going to agree to anything.
Fuck you.
Suck it up. All right, where are you in the game then?
I'm leveling up. I'm in level 47. I haven't done any story quests just to level up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you haven't done any story quests because you
I've been trying to level up once per day, and I couldn't do that yesterday because I was at work all day.
Oh, I see.
But
so,
I went from level 44 early in the week and then got to 47.
So have you done all the story quests you can then?
No, there's still some left.
Make sure you do those, obviously.
Well, I want to be a little over leveled for some of them, so I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to just get to 50 and then catch up in story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everything's going to be worth XP, so might as well just like have that add on to the 50.
It is, but I also looked up the level 50 quests. They give you XP, but they give you 4,800 XP each. And I did the math, and that gives us about 400,000 XP total. And that's not counting killing stuff and doing anything else, obviously, but that's like nothing. So we're going to have to keep doing the roulettes to make sure we get up to level 60 by the end of this thing. And then also I've been doing my my Black Mage
we don't have
side
to get
quests.
To level 60.
No, that's just the cap.
Yeah, at the end of Heaven's Word.
Yeah, well, I know, but we want to be kind of up there by the end of the story because we have the ability to be. And when we start Heaven's Word, I'd rather be OP than under powered. Maybe it's just me.
I think it's just you.
Well, at 11, you did the same thing. Your guy's like level 80. Mine's like 97.
Yeah.
But 11, we played almost the same amount of time, so I don't know. I don't know what happened with 11.
No, you played extra.
Did I really?
Yeah. You keep doing that.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's this weird thing where I want to play the game. It's strange.
Well, I don't want to just do other shit. There's plenty of other shit to do. I don't know why you got a problem with that.
I've been doing the other shit.
Yeah, do the other shit. Go in the gold saucer and do.
I'm not doing that.
Have some fun.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually play and kill stuff. But yeah, I've been doing my Black Mage stuff as well, and I've got up to the level 50 quest completed, so I've got really good gear, some really awesome shit going on. So that's really good. So have you done any of your White Mage stuff in addition to becoming a White Mage?
It's all White Mage. Yeah.
No, I know, but your actual White Mage.
You asked me that 2 days ago, and I said yes, I caught up.
Right, but did we say that on the podcast?
No, we did not. No.
We didn't say it on the podcast. Oh, well, maybe we should say it on the podcast now.
Sorry, I'm too angry at you right now to just be able to have like I can't be in the moment for the podcast itself.
Why?
It's screwing me up.
Falling behind. Now you're mad at me.
I don't know. It might be.
So, which ones have you done? Have you just done a couple of them? Or?
When I got to level 45, I finished up to 45.
All right, that's most. I think the next one is level 50, so you won't be able to do it, or maybe 47, something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
but you start getting really good gear, and it's worth the side trip to knock those out.
Yeah, I finally figured out what leave quests are.
Yeah, did you do one?
I did a couple. They were really low level.
Yeah, the first few are not that great. You kind of do them. They're kind of meant to be done when you first see the guy, but I guess you didn't, so.
Well, the assumption would be that you just talk to every single person with an exclamation point over their head.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, that would be extra work. Don't have time for that.
Yeah. Man, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. All right, well, shit, let's...
Move on to news?
Yeah, let's get into some of the news. News. All right, so we got a decent amount of news, but most of it's all along the same vein. They released a lot of...
Who gave us news this week?
Oh, it was mostly Shinru. I think actually this week it was all Shinru.
Okay.
From what I remember.
Thanks, Shinru.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Make it a lot easier. So essentially, just a ton of new classes and characters in Dissidia Final Fantasy. We got some trailers. I don't know if you want to watch these trailers.
I think we're okay without watching them.
Okay. If we're not going to watch them, then I'll just talk about each character. All right, so we got, first off, Cecil Harvey.
From FF4?
Yeah, FF4, the main. And yeah, he's going to be in there. He's a heavy type character who's got Paladin and Dark Knight moves.
Nice.
He's got a job change skill that lets you switch between his Dark Knight and Paladin mode. And the Dark Knight apparently has more long-ranged ground moves, and the Paladin it fights better mid-air. So it's kind of similar to the Onion Knight class that we've talked about before.
Okay.
But Cecil instead, so that's cool. And this one's pretty awesome. Bartz is actually going to be in there. Yeah, or Butts, as he is truly known. And he might not be the most beloved of mains, but his playstyle looks really awesome. So apparently the more you attack, the more effective your attacks become. So it's kind of like in Final Fantasy V where you use a certain job class and you level that job class up and it gets better and better.
Okay.
And then once you master that class, he gets like a super buff for all of his job characteristics. And once you master everything, he gets just all sorts of extra buffs and starts doing a shitload of damage. So it's kind of a play on Final Fantasy V's gameplay where you just keep powering through and you get better.
See, this one's cool.
This one's way awesome. We get to see Terra naked again and in higher def. So nice. Terra Bradford's going to be in Dissidia. And yeah, she has her trance mode or whatever it's called.
Sweet.
And she does pretty much the same as all the mages. They have ranged attacks, and the trance boosts everything, makes her quick. She flies around, all sorts of good stuff. But it's super exciting. I always loved it when she took off all her clothes. And
then we got Cloud.
Final Fantasy VI. Yep.
Does he have Omni Slash, you think?
Yeah, he's got all his limit breaks, is what it's saying.
Oh, sweet.
So we'll be able to Omni Slash the fuck out of people once again in Dissidia. And apparently the limit breaks, they're pretty easy to get. Doesn't need much charge up and does quite a bit of damage. He's kind of a heavy character too, so he does a lot of knockback and breaking through blocks. Well, you'd assume
it'd be like a heavy type character, is it saying, just because that sword.
Yeah, the sword's just ridiculous. But wherever Cloud goes, Squall will inevitably follow. So he's gonna be in there too, and
does it not really say what he's got?
Not really too much. But he's going to be in the game.
Yep.
I'm sure he's going to have...
some kind of shooting ability.
Yeah, some kind of ranged thing with his gun blade. And then Zidane.
Steel.
Steel. No, it's pretty cool, though, because with this, it doesn't damage enemies when you steal them, but you can take their buffs away and use them as your own.
Oh, okay.
So you would, steal away
he's also
extra
got a trance.
Damage. Yeah. Well, you get trance mode, and when you use that, your steel becomes a mug ability, and it damages and then takes the buffs off of the other character that you're fighting. So it's pretty cool. And then obviously the most important of all of them.
Is it the most important?
Not really, but I think it's really cool.
So.
We got Tidus that's coming in the game as well.
Nice.
Yep, he's pretty similar to, I'd say, Zidane. He's pretty fast. Yeah. Kind of the speed character. There's not a whole lot on his abilities, but
there's videos for all these guys out there. So if you want to check them out, please do.
Yeah, it's at gimatsu.com.
You'll be able to find them on YouTube.
Or that, yeah, just YouTube the trailers. And then we also got some interesting news about Final Fantasy Explorers. There's 21 job classes with a little bit of detail here. I'm just going to kind of burn through each of these. I don't want to spend forever on it.
Okay.
So there's going to be a knight, a thief, a dark knight, a ranger, a bard, a samurai, a ninja, a paladin, a monk, a dragoon, a sage, a machinist, a red mage, alchemist, beastmaster, freelancer, geomancer, time mage, white mage, black mage, blue mage.
So pretty much everything in the series.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And pretty standard on what their abilities are. They just do the same shit they've always done.
Okay.
But the kind of most important news is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII will launch on PC, on Steam, on December 10th.
I felt like we already knew this.
I don't think we did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talked about Lightning Return, or...
About Lightning Returns?
Maybe we did talk about Lightning Returns. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we talked about Lightning 13 too. So yeah, it's coming to Steam if you guys don't have it already.
Yeah, December 10th. Make it a
10th.
Christmas present for your
for
lightning
somebody.
lover.
Yeah. Lightning lover. That's
all right,
beautiful.
you want to get to Braden's Braden and Friends review of
Braden and friend Tim. That's
of
what the other
Crystal
guy's name is.
Defenders.
Yeah, let's get to that.
All right.
All right, what's going on, guys, and welcome to our review of Crystal Defenders, the mobile Final Fantasy defense game released by Square Enix in 2008. My name is Braden Lloyd.
And my name is Tim.
And before we get going into this, we're just going to do a quick little introduction about ourselves. So basically, what you need to know is that I am like Joe and Caleb, in the sense that I'm like Caleb because we have the exact same taste in games, literally right down to playing Fallout 3, walking through the wasteland for 45 minutes, getting killed and losing all the progress and rage quitting the game. And I'm also like Joe in the sense that I'm a ginger and I deliver pizza. So I'm like kind of like both of those guys, and Tim isn't really like anybody.
Yeah,
because,
I'm kind of like neither. I've never played Final Fantasy
that
ever.
too. And he isn't even technically a full host on my podcast. So
yeah,
but he is here. He does have a diverse gaming background in Mario a lot. You played a lot of Mario growing up?
A lot of Mario, yeah.
Yeah, he's a plumber, so I just assumed you played a lot of Mario growing up, and now you're living the game. Is that what's going on?
That's how it goes. Me and Luigi, we plumb.
Okay, that's good. But not much experience with Final Fantasy, hey?
Definitely not. Never played one ever.
Not even one. But,
not even one.
But you do have a lot of experience with defense games, right?
Yes. Yeah. Played a bunch.
Which is what we're reviewing today, so that's good. Well, unlike Joe and Caleb, I actually didn't have to start a podcast in order to go through and finish all the main games, because I've already finished all of them multiple times, so... well, that's just painting my credibility for you right there, but... we're going to get right into it. So we're going to follow the typical format that the guys use on the podcast. They go development, story, gameplay, design, music, legacy. So what do we have on the development of the game? It was released in 2008. I mean, yeah, there isn't really much to talk about. Basically, it's a turn-based strategy game developed by MSF/Winds and published by Square Enix. So it wasn't actually developed by Square Enix, but it's kind of a series of a bunch of different mobile games that they've released over the years. But the main version that we played is the one that was released in 2011 for iOS, because we could actually get that on our phones. But there's essentially 3 separate chapters, W1, W2, W3, and they kind of offer a couple of different variations to strategy to make the game a little bit different. And if we've mentioned this already, it's a defense game, so... Tim, just in case anybody doesn't know, what's a defense game?
Well, a defense game is essentially where you've just got a pathway that enemies are going to come down, right?
Yeah.
And then you set up multiple towers and defend the objective, I guess, which is...
yeah, you've got like a certain amount of life, and then when you run out...
crystals.
Yeah. So the game is based off of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or Tactics Advance 2, I guess, however you're going to look at it. And it features a bunch of different job classes that you use as your defense towers, and then summon creatures from the games and monsters from the games.
Summons.
Yep. So there was a whole bunch of different releases over the years, but also a sequel titled Crystal Defenders: The Vanguard Storm came out. It was released on May 13th, 2009, and was the first Square Enix game to be designed especially for a touchscreen, but we're not really talking about that. Yeah, so April 1st, 2008 is when it first came out. And then December 23rd, 2008, it came out worldwide. It's gotten enhanced ports to Xbox Live Arcade, which you were considering playing it on.
Yeah, until I realized that it was $10, which
is kind of ridiculous.
Not worth it for a tower defense game
from 2008.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played the mobile phone version, and actually it was really tiny on the screen because it was developed for like flip phones, I think, or at least not smartphones.
Yeah, I guess in 2008, whatever you had as phones.
Yeah, and they couldn't expand the screen, so it's just this tiny little screen on the phone that you have to basically get your face right up to it to look at. And also, it's a touch screen, so you have to move it around, but you have to move the guys around on this tiny little screen. But yeah, it also came out for PlayStation Portable on the online store, iPad, so it's it's kind of all over the place. But enough about the development. Let's get a bit more into it. What's going on with the story? What do we have on the story?
Well, the story is supposed to go in a land ruled by
There was no story.
What was that?
What was that? Who was that?
Fuck.
I am Caleb.
Whoa! Okay, what the hell, man? How did you get in here? You're supposed to give us 20 minutes to take over the podcast and do our little review, but you couldn't even give us that? This isn't even physically possible for you to be here. I mean, what the hell? Are you some kind of poltergeist or something?
Hey, man.
Right, so would you please just back off and just let us do our review, all right?
Well, fuck you guys. Good luck. I'm dead. I'm out.
All right, thank you. All right, so Tim, let's get back to the story there.
Yeah, I guess back to the story. So, when a young Moogle charged with guarding these crystals learns of an evil presence gathering on the horizon, he called... You know what? I think he was right.
Yeah, Caleb's right. There's pretty much no story. So we're just going to move on to the bulk of the game, the gameplay. So, as previously described, the gameplay...
It's brutal.
God damn it, Caleb.
How does this guy even keep getting in here?
I don't know. Let's just ignore him.
All right.
Oh, God. All right. Gameplay. So, when looking at this game, I feel like obviously we're not comparing it to other Final Fantasies, but rather we should be kind of comparing it to other defense games, the tower defense games.
Yeah, similar genre, for sure.
And, with my experience with tower defense games comes mostly from use map settings, like user-created maps on StarCraft, because there's heaps of those. And then I've played a few other ones on, like, just free-to-play online games and stuff. What about you?
Yeah, that's more of what I played, especially for tower defense games. I more played games like Kingdom Rush. That was a really good tower defense game. It was like really long too. Like, it actually had a story to it.
Okay.
And then you'd upgrade towers and whatever. You'd change the graphics. You'd have boss fights and stuff. It was a good game. And then, or really simple games like VR Defender YK3 or whatever it was. I think. Yeah, that one was good too.
Cool.
Very simple.
Yeah. So with this game, basically, as we mentioned before, there's World 1, World 2, World 3. And we only played the first two because that's all there was on the iOS one. But basically, there's 4 different maps per
version or whatever.
Yeah, per world. And so in World 1, you have a soldier, an archer, a white monk, a black mage, a thief, a time mage, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
So, soldier does, regular damage. Archer hits flying units. The mage does magic damage. The thief, when you kill an enemy within the thief's range, it doubles the amount of money that you get, because you get money each time you kill a guy, which you then upgrade your units with. Mm-hmm. The time mage slows them down. Was that all of them? White monk does area damage, kind of an area of effect guy. Yeah. And then also there's summons, and the summons are kind of like they're like the new trend we're seeing in Final Fantasy, like in the Final Fantasy 15 demo, where it just absolutely levels everything on the ground. Like, they're pretty sick. Yeah, they basically are used to save your ass. Because,
definitely a game changer.
Yeah, they cost life to use. So what you are supposed to do is when you're in a desperate situation, an entire wave of enemies is going to get through, you would throw that summon out there because the 5 life that it's going to cost to kill those guys is going to be less than letting a whole wave through and losing like 15.
Yeah.
And you only have 20 life. So one issue I had with the game especially was that there was really no reward for doing anything.
Yeah, other than just killing an enemy and getting the coins.
Right. Like each little map was kind of a self-contained thing, and it's kind of like an arcade game, where you just play a level and like that's it. You just play a level, try and get the best score you can. And
well, there was no story, right?
Yeah,
there was no connection between the maps.
Are you sure there was no story?
I think we covered that.
I think the Moogle was defending Ivalice from something
on the horizon or whatever.
Just because it didn't have an intro, rising action, climax, conclusion. There was a story, man. There's background anyway. No, but self-contained levels, and that's kind of my issue with the game is that there really was no reward to play it for a long period of time. Like the tower defense games I've played, you would do a level and you'd kind of get bonuses from that level, and it'd be like a campaign mode, and you'd get more and more the more and more levels you play.
It would entice you to play harder levels or whatever instead of just it being harder.
But with this, it was just self-contained arcade style. Get the highest score you can. So to me, it felt kind of cheap.
But I mean, that some people like that, right? Just an arcade style game. It doesn't have to have a campaign, if you will.
Yeah. And what did you think about like the difficulty level?
I thought it was
compared to other tower defense games.
Pretty difficult,
pretty freaking hard. Because harder than Final Fantasy XIII, guys.
One certain enemy would like just bowl over you, regardless of what you did to prepare for it.
Yeah, what it was to me was like if you didn't have the perfect strategy, you wouldn't win.
Yeah, if you didn't have a nice balance of like archers and soldiers and magic and whatever. Yeah,
if there's like a very small amount of setups that even allow you to win one of the separate levels.
Yeah.
So that to me made it really kind of uninteresting because it didn't allow for a lot of variety. Like when I was playing, and we played this for hours on end, it would just be playing the level till you get to like wave 27 out of 30, dying, then doing the entire setup over again, making one tiny tweak to your setup, and then that's what, but doing everything the exact same, and that's just kind of what gets you through. Like it wasn't really very interesting to play, to be honest. That's what I kind of thought.
I mean, I kind of liked the addition to the levels where stuff would block your path so that it was harder for archers to kill stuff.
Right.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I found
variation in the level a little bit.
Well, like most of the time, my strategy was just to pool as many guys in one spot as possible, like the best kind of the center spot of the map or the most traffic,
where everyone crosses.
Because there's loads of space to place people. That's another thing about this game. That's not really typical of tower defense games. Usually, there's kind of less space.
Yeah,
there was a massive grid to place these tiny little characters.
Yeah,
on.
The little block that you use to place, you can like on a tiny little strip, you can block them up like 3 wide, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, you could like you don't put them on the pass, you don't block the enemies, but you could probably stack like 100 characters on the map. Yeah. And it's this tiny little map, I don't know, but it didn't add anything. There was a little bit of variety added between the World 1, World 2, and I suppose World 3, though we didn't get a chance to play it, but not really too much. What World 2 did was it added a couple classes.
The crystals, I think, was the main addition, and then
the crystals, basically you got these 3 crystals. They're like red, blue, and yellow or something. One of them boosts the attack of all the characters surrounding it. One of them boosts the speed, and one of them boosts the range. And then so that added a little bit more strategy to the game. And then as well, they added a dragoon, which had a lot of range, could hit ground and flying units. Previously, only like archers and magic people could hit flying units. And they also added a berserker, which is, I think, also one of the classes from Tactics Advance 2. That's basically was the exact same as a white monk.
Yeah, pretty much. It was exactly.
Pretty much just a skin change. Nothing really new. And I think with W3 they added a couple new classes, but it might have been the same thing where because they took out soldier and archer, right?
Yeah.
In W3 we know that, and it's likely that the new classes just kind of slightly altered the soldier and the archer, but overall it didn't really add enough to provide much more incentive to keep playing. To sum up, we got to move on to design. It would have benefited by a implementation of some sort of campaign mode and by easing up on the difficulty just a little bit. Final thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. Also, I kind of felt that the coins that you get per kill kind of seemed off a little bit. Like sometimes you'd be really lacking on how much you got, and then other times you'd be like way too much.
Yeah. You know, I think really the key to the game is placing your thieves correctly to get the most bang for your buck, because the thieves get you double coins.
I definitely didn't do enough of.
Yeah, so you need to land the killing of the monsters right in the area of your thief to get the most coins. So I don't know.
And of course, there's no weapons and no shops in this, or no weapon shops or anything in this game.
Thanks, Caleb. We know that it's a tower defense game. It's not an RPG. All right, so. All right, moving on to the design of the game. What did you think? What did you think about the look of this game?
God of War 3 looks better.
Well, no shit. Not really too much to say on the design, I guess. Just kind of looked like pixels. I don't know, like not a whole lot of design.
Yeah, the design of the monsters and the characters, the towers in this game is actually pretty much ripped straight from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or Tactics Advance 2, although it looks more like Tactics Advance to me. So that's just another example of Square cutting corners and reusing assets, I guess. So, I mean, it looked all right. It probably would have looked a lot better if it was actually full screen on my phone, but there wasn't anything wrong with it. There's lots of color, a decent variety of maps. Like they had different, what do you call those? Geo, whatever. Like there's a snow level. And I think there was like a fire volcano type level, and then a bunch of grass levels. Mm-hmm. But overall, pretty interesting.
It did look a little bit better on the Xbox 360 from what I saw.
From what you looked at it. Yeah, I'd assume it would, because it's supposed to be enhanced on that or something. Which is weird that they would put so much effort into making this game better.
Well, yeah.
It's really not the greatest, although they're selling it for $10, so apparently they must think it's awesome.
Yeah, well, the reviews of it were actually worse on Xbox 360, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in a bit. But first, we're going to move on to music really quick. So, there's only like one or two tracks in this game, but I don't know, they're not actually that bad. I'm pretty sure they're actually straight ripped from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, because I played that game for like 100 hours when I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure they're ripped straight from it.
It definitely doesn't make the gameplay worse.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, like you were playing it without sound for a little while.
It was very boring,
very dull,
monotonous.
Yeah, so we can say thumbs up to the music, but it's two tracks, but for what it is, it's not bad. And for those of you familiar with like the Ivalice Alliance and those sort of games, this falls under that bracket of games: Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, those kind of games. So the soundtrack is similar to those. Like you'll see some kind of resemblance. There's not really like melodies; it's more atmospheric, kind of like it was in 12. But Tim wouldn't know anything about that because he's never played a Final Fantasy game.
JRPGs, am I right?
That's right, buddy. Caleb, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Soundtrack wise, I did enjoy it more than 8s, I'd say.
Are you kidding me? You enjoyed this more than 8. Why do you hate 8's soundtrack so much? Final Fantasy VIII has a good soundtrack.
Are you fucking retarded?
All of the sorceress themes, yeah, sure. The Esther theme sucks. There's a couple of bad, Eyes on Me is not that good of a song. I'll give you that. But 8's soundtrack is a hell of a lot better than some weak-ass mobile game that only has 2 tracks. Like, oh, my God. Would you stop it with that freaking laughing already? Oh, my God. Oh, geez, oh. God.
Man.
Why couldn't you have just given us the 20 minutes to do the review?
Why can't you just die?
All right, whatever, man. We got to plow through the rest of this review. So moving on to the legacy of the game. Overall, the game received, as we've kind of been hinting at, pretty bad reviews, I would say. It's got a 52 on Metacritic. That's for the Xbox Live Arcade version. And even with the Xbox Live Arcade version, it actually added like a whole bunch of stages, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was criticized for having kind of, as we said, no real like content or variation, like very boring and just a lot of repetitiveness, and really not too much strategy involved. However, it has been like re-released loads of times,
Yeah, for each different platform.
Yeah, like they took it to the arcade, they took it to the PlayStation Store, they took it to WiiWare, they took it to PSP. They actually also released a sequel, Crystal Defenders Vanguard Storm, which apparently is quite a bit better. So who knows? Maybe we'll be reviewing that. I don't know if it's actually available in North America though. But that game was supposed to be actually good and a lot more tactical than the original one. So overall, didn't leave much of a legacy. If anything, kind of tainted the Ivalice Alliance set of games, even though it's a mobile game. But overall, not too much to say there. What's your final verdict? We can give it a rating. We do ratings on our podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stick around right where...
It is a mobile game.
Yeah, I guess for a mobile game, it's pretty good, considering I don't really play too many mobile games. So I'd give it a solid 68. 68.
Okay. With 10 being perfect, 9 being excellent, 8 being great, 6 being good.
Yeah, well, it's a 6.8 then.
5 being okay. I would give it a 5.5 out of 10.
Ooh. All right.
It's not good, man. It's not good. I could play better games for free on the internet, better tower defense games.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie.
I forgot that it was,
yeah,
money.
Gonna drop your ranking a point.
Nah,
6.8. All right, not bad. All right, so real quickly, we're gonna do some plugs. So you can check out me and sometimes Tim, me and another guy, and sometimes Tim do a music discussion show where we talk about basically core music. So hardcore music, metal, hardcore, metalcore, post-hardcore, deathcore, all that kind of stuff. We basically go through, listen to all the bands. The format is very similar to this show and is inspired by this show. We're on about 14 or 15 episodes. We're starting to get better. We're still always evolving, always improving. So if you listen to that kind of music, basically core music, come check us out. It's the Post-Hardcore Nation podcast is what our title is as I'm recording this, though we're changing it to just the Core Nation podcast. So if you search either of those, Facebook or iTunes, it should come up. So be sure to check us out, guys. Check us out. And with that being said, enjoy
the FAP.
Oh, God damn it.
Wow, I am impressed with that. That was pretty entertaining.
It was.
A lot of good drops.
It was.
I was waiting for some Joe drops, but...
No, it's fine. There's that laugh again.
Yeah, there's that laugh.
Nice. You're going to be all self-conscious about that now.
The laugh?
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for sending that in. And as a reminder, guys... We're taking mobile reviews, so if you got one, just all you need is a microphone and something to record it on.
Yeah,
an MP3 or a WAV file. And then you can email us at fffanatics123@gmail.com.
Yes, that was impressive. I am really pleased with how that turned out.
Yes. All right, well.
I'm not going to play that game. Have you ever played any of it?
No.
Because I initially, back in 2008, I think I got the demo for it. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then, basically, their review was pretty accurate of even the demo. I was like, all right, I lost that level. So I go through, I trade out a couple units, and then I beat the level. And I'm like, okay. So it's almost like you have to follow this formula to beat the thing. And that, to me, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to check out that game.
I don't know. Have you ever played a tower defense game in your life?
Does Plants vs. Zombies count?
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of tower defense-y. It's not quite as maze-like, but it's pretty close. Okay. That's a great game. Yeah, I would love it if it was like that. But it's not, so fuck it. All right, man, do you want to move on to some questions?
Yeah, let's do some questions.
All right, perfect.
All right, so we're going to go through our phone line.
Yeah, the thing we always ask you to use, but never actually use ourselves.
No, we're going to use it this week.
All right, well,
all right,
let's fucking use it. We got a few questions here. Let's see what we've got.
Hey guys, this is Willie511, and I have a question for you. I'm looking into the culinary career, and in the future, I was thinking if I opened my own restaurant, I would want it like Final Fantasy themed. What are some great ideas you guys have for a Final Fantasy themed restaurant?
What are you doing?
I was thinking if I made a Final Fantasy X restaurant, I'd make everything like water aquarium themed. Maybe like down here in Florida in Universal, they have a restaurant that the tables are like an aquarium. You can eat while looking at the fishes floating right in front of you. It's pretty nice. So give me any suggestions, and maybe, I don't know, in the future, far future, maybe I'll pay you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, money.
We'll happily take your PayPal donations back.
Yes, of course. I don't know. Final Fantasy themed, if you're going to do aquatic, the only thing we really see in 10 is that weird spaghetti looking shit in the beginning that Tidus like shovels into his mouth.
Could do anything aquatic with FF10 and it would count.
Yeah, you could. Any sort of islander thing with fruity drinks with a lot of alcohol in them.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Lobster, make it a high-class joint.
Although, if you were going to make it a Final Fantasy-themed restaurant and for only FF10, I think you'd be losing some of your possible patronages. Patrons. Sorry. Anyway, so making it just in general a Final Fantasy restaurant, I think, would be the safer bet.
It definitely would.
So you definitely want things like, what we were talking about in the FF15, what we want in FF15 episode. Basically, those staples of Final Fantasy you would want, like Moogles,
the Moogle, maybe the Marlboro,
famous summons, airships, maybe like your prime dining area. There's just like a ship above.
Yeah, and you can eat up in the ship too.
And you can eat up in the ship, exactly.
You have to like climb a little rope ladder to get up there.
You gotta have chocobos. Yeah. I don't think it'd be too bad to take just take a few ideas from Square Enix themselves with their own Final Fantasy restaurants.
Yeah, with the one in Japan.
With their Leviathan soups and their and what they were doing with Final Fantasy 15. They had the Chocobo burger and the Behemoth burger. One was beef and one was chicken, of course.
Right.
So I think you could take some of those ideas also and just
spin them.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have like Marlboro be sauerkraut or something like that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because he's a foul beast. Not that I love sauerkraut.
And of course, go on to like Drunken Moogle and get some ideas for drinks there at the bar.
Oh yeah. I think that'd be pretty cool.
And a sleek sort of FF13. Okay, I'm gonna say it. A sleek sort of FF13 kind of look to the whole place, I think would be cool.
Yeah, like an amazing sunset.
I'm just saying sleek. You wouldn't want it all gritty and grimy from like FF7.
Oh, you don't want like Mega Block characters?
No.
Like the ship just looks like shit. I think that'd be kind of cool. The waiters are all 8-bit or whatever.
I'm totally thinking in a different direction than you are.
They have like shitty animations too.
No, you know what I'm talking about? The restaurants you see in FF7 are all in the slums.
Yeah,
so it looks like shit.
Oh, there should be there's probably like a strip club down there that we can't get into. I mean, there is a whorehouse. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
The Don Corneo's mansion.
So you could put a whorehouse in your dealio.
That would, I'd go. You know, I would definitely.
Tell you what, if you do open up a Final Fantasy restaurant, you let us know.
Yeah, we will eventually maybe go.
Somehow you got to get the trademark for that.
Yeah, good luck. All right, let's move on to some of these other ones here.
Hey guys, this is Really 511.
Hey, it's
Today I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
My question is, I've noticed that fans of Final Fantasy, I've noticed that generally, like, most of the fans like...
And that's it, right?
Oh. Yeah, that's it for part one. So it cut off. Let's see this.
Hey guys, this is Really 511. Sorry, my other call got messed up and hanged up. I'm sorry.
Well, this one's fucked up too.
Anyways, my question was, I've noticed that generally, like, people that love Final Fantasy, they like the rock genre and the metal genre and stuff like that. I've never met a person that likes Final Fantasy that likes something else, like country or hip hop or whatever. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. That's an interesting question.
I know we're fans of the hard rock.
We are. Roxo is. Christian is.
I think Benjamin is.
Chica is.
Caleb Craig is not.
Caleb Craig claims to be, but I've never walked in on Caleb listening to Metallica.
Caleb listens to weird Celtic music when he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And
I listen to The Doors when I go to sleep. Like, I don't have time for that Celtic shit. I don't want to go on some journey in my dream, or I'm some.
Do you wake up thinking you're Michael Sheen for a second? Martin Sheen?
I just wake up high, is what happens. I'm like, oh, whoa. No, but yeah.
Saigon.
I'd say great movie. Apocalypse Now is fantastic. But I think it's kind of common. I don't know why. That's
so weird. I never thought about that.
You think about it, with 14, I've noticed, I guess Crenitol on the chat says he's not into metal.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, not everyone is, but there are a few, though. Roxo is into very similar music as us.
There's a lot of metal remixes on Final Fantasy songs, more than there is other types of remixes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's hip-hop and dubstep remixes, like, it's going out of style.
Occasionally there is, like, the Asian American teenage girl that does the covers of the terrible songs. I don't know why that's so common.
I don't know. And I've seen metal is kind of, I don't know how big it is in Japan, but I've seen a decent amount of like Japanese metal bands. Like I really have, with like chick singers and stuff.
Well, they look like chicks.
They look like chicks. Yeah, I don't know. They're Japanese, so I can't tell.
You know what? That is a complete and utter mystery to me. But with our fan base, it seems, or our listener base, it seems to be kind of that
Perhaps it's because everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about when we talk about Dave Mustaine or Metallica all the time. Yeah, they either don't bring it up or they're just like, I'm out of here. I hate Dave Mustaine. He's an asshole.
Yeah. Well, he is.
He is an asshole. No, don't get us wrong. But great music. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Maybe it could just be exuding from our love for it, and people find a similar interest and they talk about it. But I don't know. It's cool. I really enjoy it. I enjoy connecting with people on the forums and stuff over music. I
never thought about it.
Yeah, I thought that was a solid one. All right, we have one more on the.
Yeah,
Skype
tell us
here.
If you're on the forums. Tell us what kind of music you're into.
Yeah, please do.
Actually, I think there's kind of a thread towards
there is a music thread. It's kind of random, like what randomized your playlist and what comes up.
All right.
Some of them are, but whatever.
What's our last question from Skype here?
All right, let's see.
Hey, John and Caleb. It's Sinner from the forum. I just thought I'd give this calling question thing a try. So my question is, what is your favorite and most memorable cutscene from any Final Fantasy you've played so far? I don't care if you guys want to do like a top 3 or 5. I'm just going to tell you guys about mine. So I have not played all of the Final Fantasies in the series. Final Fantasy VIII was my first that I ever played. And so the intro and the ballroom scene were always my favorite. And for some reason, that one where Squall is in the submarine boat thing, and he's headed to Dalit for a seed test. The heartbeat sound, like right before the music plays, I remember connecting with because I was like 8 the first time that I played it, and I was really nervous for that test. Final Fantasy X, Yuna's Sending, beautiful and sad, and I love the Hymn of the Fates playing in the background. Final Fantasy XIII, that scene where Sarah and Snow are watching the fireworks together, I just thought was really gorgeous, and it stuck with me. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Well, thank you, Sinner.
Thank you very much. Hey, she mentioned a couple really good ones. I do want to say on that FF8 one, the plans that he has to get to the beach, where it's like the straight line on the sheet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. That's hilarious. Otherwise, it is a really good cutscene.
Yeah.
Top 3. Wow. I was going to say the ending of Final Fantasy X.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
I think it's gorgeous.
It's fantastic.
And there's also the part where Yuna does the sending in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
That's also a wonderful cutscene. I do like the part where Sephiroth, the short cutscene. Sephiroth, where he gets Genova. I thought that was a cool cutscene. It's short. Wow. Oh, all the section with like all the sorceresses when they're going through time in FF8, that one's cool. The ending cutscene in FF8, if it didn't have the special song in the background, I would have put it up there.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones. There's so many good ones.
So no top 3 for you?
Oh, the Yuna thing in FF10 where she does the sending for the first time. I think that's one. The other one being the ending of FF10.
Okay.
FF10's got me on the pre-rendered cutscenes.
All right.
And the part where all the little VVs are falling to the ground.
Oh, that was powerful.
After the Black Waltz stuff. Yeah. That's my top 3.
All right. I'm going to go the ending of 10 as well because I loved it. I think I'm going to do a top 5. Okay. I'm going to go the scene in the Shinra mansion where you meet up with Sephiroth and he basically says mother, or like it's either Genova I'm coming or mother I'm coming, and he pushes past you, and then the one kicks in, and like the whole time it's just doing the little bang, dun, dun, heartbeat thing. Mm-hmm. That part is like phenomenal to me. I'm like, holy fuck.
I don't think it's pre-rendered. Of course, I'm not sure.
It's not a pre-rendered cutscene. It is a cutscene, though, technically. Anything with text that you can't just move around in is a cutscene. Although in 7, there's always those like pre-rendered ones where like you're sitting there and your shitty character is there, and then like the cutscene starts.
Yeah.
And I always like run against it. Like I'll run backwards out of the cutscene. I'm like, no.
Why is Cloud trying to run off the side of the building?
He's running away from the ship that he's going to jump on. So I'd say that one. And then, I really liked the ending to 12. I thought it was really funny. The scene where Balthier and Fran are kind of in that other ship and they're trying to fix it. The dialogue between those two I find really enjoyable. And the ending of 12 was just really solid to me. Like the part where... I
like the scene where they kill that other judge too in 12. Thought that was a really good scene.
Which one? Which judge?
The lady judge.
Oh yeah, where he...
Can't remember her name.
Where he has to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was solid too.
Sorry, keep going.
I'd say that one... I think I'm going to have to agree with you on the falling Vivi brethren. Because that scene was way powerful to me. Like, I know everyone always talks about Aerith being super, super emotional for them and, like, really powerful. But that scene did nothing to me in comparison to the little Vivi things. Just, like, the look on his little face when he sees
the Aerith one's good
his
too.
brothers fall to their death.
There's so many damn good moments.
Yeah. And then I think my top one, though, is going to be the opera scene in 6. It's really good.
You're counting that?
Oh, yeah. I'm counting that
well, shit. If I was counting that, I would have probably said that. But
it's a cutscene.
Oh, that's a wonderful section of the game.
Yeah.
And I think the part where she tries to commit suicide is more powerful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is a really, really packing
at least this time
moment.
This time around. playing the game. Oh, and she was talking about the fireworks scene. That's definitely in my honorable mentions. I think as far as like the best animated scenes ever in Final Fantasy, I think there's the most detailed attention to that. The lighting effects and the
N13s.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really good, yeah. All of their cutscenes look amazing, though.
Good looking cutscene. All right, so we're gonna save the other questions for later. I think you want to get to some possibly some iTunes reviews, and then a question from us to them.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right,
I suppose
it's 23.
iTunes reviews. iTunes reviews.
Okay, what do we got? I know we have some iTunes reviews, or at least
so
one.
Beautiful.
We got one iTunes review.
Yeah, we supposedly have another one en route from Krinital, but it's not here yet, so fuck it. We can't read it. So we do have one here. This one is from Zell's Tattoo. This is a North American review. It's titled Best FF Podcast by far. Don't let the cheesy logo fool you.
Do we have a cheesy logo? I never thought of our logo as cheesy.
I thought of it as badass.
Is it like, because we have other logos that we've gone through.
Yeah, those are cheesy.
Are those really better?
No, our one now is a lot less cheesy than the ones we have.
I never thought of it as cheesy.
No, I think of it as copyright infringing, which is definitely not cheesy. It's hardcore. It's criminal.
We'll think of something else for season 2.
Yeah, it's definitely on the horizon. Don't let the cheesy logo fool you. This podcast is the best place for all FF fans. The best people to talk about the series are the kind that have played the entire series. That's what these fellows splendidly do. They have news and tons of great topics related to the saga. You will love to agree and disagree with them. I've started from the beginning, and I really can't skip around due to how great the show is.
Started at FF1?
Yeah, apparently.
Ooh.
The best, the fanfic readings are the best. LOL. Keep it up.
Well,
we did keep
Tattoo,
it up.
The day that you get to this episode, I do have to let you know that there is a second podcast.
Yes.
You were about to say it.
Right. Me and my buddy Jake actually run Super Sexy Swingin' Fan Fiction, where we read erotica from the internet live, sort of. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. We carried on a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, and now we just kind of do whatever the fuck we want on that show. It's just kind of... I have a ton of drops that I pull, and we just interrupt each other. We read whatever we're into.
It's becoming a different show than when I left it, but I think it's becoming its own awesome thing. So,
yeah, I'm glad you approve.
I do approve. I was afraid for a little bit, but
yeah,
after hearing those episodes, they weren't mixed very well. But
yeah, that's true. I'm not the mix guy. Now I can do it just fine. After I was taught by the master here.
Oh yes.
But yeah, so good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff indeed. Thank you for your review.
Thank you very much. And please, guys, leave us some iTunes reviews.
Yeah,
they help us out a lot.
They help us out more than you could possibly know.
All right. So do we want to get from questions from us to you?
Yes, we did have one last time, too, didn't we?
Yeah, it's number 20.
I know.
Okay, so last week I asked people to give us your favorite summons. Give us a top 3 summon animations from the series.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at what they told us. You clicked out of it, so now I have to go back into it. By the way, you thought
I didn't click at it.
Oh,
I did.
You're
right. Yeah.
You clicked out of it.
All right, let's check this out. So first off, we've got Shinru here. He says, here's his top 3. FF5's Bahamut, FF7 Knights of the Round, and FF10 Anima.
You know what? I think Anima is just... It's
solid.
One.
Yeah.
That's a good one. The Bahamut in FF5 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a good
doesn't
one.
do as much damage as I needed him to.
Yeah, he didn't answer the call. The call of kill everything for me.
Bainjum says Alexander 9, Alexander 9, and Alexander 9.
Oh, that's an interesting top 3.
Yep.
He's pretty awesome. All right, so Gabranth here says, Leviathan FF4, king of the Eidolons on Earth. Sweet watching him take down the ship to the underworld. And in his opinion, he was the most useful for the longest amount of time.
I remember, was it Leviathan? Yeah, I got Leviathan in FF... No, I didn't get Leviathan in FF4, did I?
I don't think we did, no.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that.
I think I missed Leviathan like every time until 7.
I missed Leviathan in 4
I'm pretty sure
and
about
in
that.
6. I do remember getting Leviathan in 5, and I think you missed Leviathan
Yeah,
in 5.
I missed the part that I can get him in both 5 and 6.
I think.
Maybe. I don't know. In 5, I think...
I
Don't you go up
definitely
a
missed him
tower?
in 6.
I remember...
There was a place where you go and fight him in 5 to get him.
Oh, I don't know if I got him then. Yeah, I think I did miss Leviathan like every fucking
He's like
time
behind
for
a waterfall.
a long time.
Odin in the FF13 trilogy, the only Eidolon I truly liked in 13. He was the first one who felt like a sidekick, and without spoiling, he ties with lightning.
His ties with lightning.
His ties with lightning continue throughout the series.
All right. So Bahamut 0 in FF7. Knights of the Round is by far the most powerful, but he always liked Bahamut 0 the best for animation.
That is a cool animation.
It's really cool. Coming from outer space, casting a laser beam, sending the enemies into oblivion.
Yes. All right, so we got this one from Fruff here. Fruff here.
Yeah, you drunk.
By the way, Fruff, thank you for your email. That was really nice.
That was really touching. Yeah. Thank you.
FF7, Knights of the Round. Because it took so long to get and it annihilated enemies, I just wish it was shorter.
As do I.
FF10, Anima, really great animation, and it was sickly powerful.
Ooh, and the last one, FF8, Diablo.
That is a good summon animation.
That one's great.
It was darker and more sinister than the summons that came before it, in my opinion, and the purple, black, and red was badass.
I really liked Diablo.
Feel my pain.
Diablos,
Come on, Anima, says it's Schnitzel. And then Bainjum says, all right, for real now. Alexander in FF9, who's just epic. What's his number 2? Is it Alexander in FF9?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You agreed with the Diablos.
A different top 3. If someone asked me what a summon was, I would show them this scene. Diablos in FF8, you always really liked Diablos. The summon was excellent, and it was actually useful for a while. And then Bismarck in FF6. I always had this sick fascination with sea mammals, even though they terrify me. Serious.
Thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia, the struggle is...
How the fuck do you even know if you have that? Like, you'd have to actually see a walrus and be like, oh my god, it's terrifying. All right, so Really 511 says Leviathan in 15. Looks amazing. Attacking those airships and roaring with water flying around it.
Yeah, but... Okay. Is that a summon? Or
that doesn't count.
Is it the fight to get the summon?
Yeah, I don't know.
In that trailer.
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure.
FF15's Ramu,
No.
You guys know, it's shocking.
Oh, it's so amazing. If it stays the same, which it should,
yeah, it probably will.
It will be my favorite summon unless something else in 15 is better.
Yeah, 15's looking great for summons. And
Alexander
he says,
from Type 0.
I do remember seeing something with Alexander. Now, Type 0 looks like an orgy fest of speed, so it was hard to watch because I'm like, no. But the Alexander thing did look pretty intense. So
his Divine Light was so amazing, and he looks pretty awesome.
Yes. All right, let's see. Chocobo Chica says FF9's Phoenix, really gorgeous and colorful, and the animation was pretty sweet. That one was nice. I liked it. Plus, I like what Phoenix does. FF10's, 1 from 10 had to be on her list. It came down to either Shiva or Yojimbo, but she's going to go with Shiva, by far the most badass incarnation of our favorite ice elemental. And lastly, might get some weird looks for this one, FF8 Pandemona. It was really a unique summon, and while it was kind of goofy, I thought it was a clever way to use the wind element. Runners up.
I like Pandemona.
Yeah, that one was cool. I don't know, I wouldn't put it up there, but runners up for the list were Bahamut 0 and the brothers from FF8 because they're comedic relief.
Nice. So Jake, your co-host on Super Sexy.
Hello, Jake.
Crisis Core, Bahamut. In my opinion, it's the best in show with his raw power. FF15 Ramu, the epitome of lightning. FF16...
14.
FF14 Ravana. Very intimidating. When the 4 swords drop, you wonder what's going to show up.
I haven't seen that yet.
Haven't seen any of this.
How the hell does he know that and not us?
I don't know. Maybe he just was looking up videos.
He probably did, yeah.
The weirdest one in the whole series goes to Eden from FF8.
Sweet. All right, so Light Sage says FF10, Anima, all the reasons mentioned above. FF10, Ifrit, only Yuna's animation because she gets to hitch a ride. Why don't the other summons do that? I'd sit on the shoulder of Fire Beast. One of them does. I mean, you ride the Boyd in FF10. It saves your life. You jump off the cliff. You fall off the back.
That's right.
The wedding scene. FF15's Ramu. If 15 gives her the option to shorten summon animations, she's not going to use it. I probably wouldn't either with how fucking awesome they are. It depends though. I say that and then
still kind of moving around, and the part where you can't move around anymore is pretty short with the Ramu stuff.
True, yeah. So I don't think you'd be able to. They're pretty quick.
Yeah, they're pretty quick. I mean, the whole entire process is not very quick.
No, but I don't know. I say I'm not going to skip them. And then on 10, I'm like, okay, I can't do this.
We got another one. I think we got a winner here as far as best summon in the summon animation in the series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because Squall Man, new member to the forum. Welcome, by the way.
Yes, welcome.
Leviathan from 15 / Ramu from 15. Can't wait to see the rest in 15. These are visually stunning. Brothers from FF8. I always grew up playing rock, paper, scissors with my brother for everything. It's relatable. And then the Mija sisters from FF10.
Your
I've always
friends.
liked, my best friends. I've always liked the way they use their own abilities together to create an awesome attack.
Joe does not like the way they do that.
So everybody's going to agree with me and say that Ramu is the best.
Yeah, is that
it seems like a majority are saying that.
All right. I would say so far probably Ramu, Knights of the Round, and...
See, I'd go Ramu, Anima.
Probably Anima, yeah.
And then
the animation is really cool.
Bahamut Zero in 7 is awesome.
Yeah, I really like Knights of the Round though.
But then again, I like Ifrit in most of the games.
Ifrit's a staple for sure.
Diablos is a cool animation. I mean, it's something that Final Fantasy is always good at.
They are quite good at it. So I have it's time for the new question from us to you for this week.
You actually going to post it on the forum?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Should I wait for Joe in Final Fantasy XIV, or should I just come back and do the story dungeons?
You're going to wait for a week to get answers on this.
Right, that's fine. We'll only have one more week. Should I wait for Joe, or should I just continue on? Let me know. That's going to be great. We're not going to have any time for this question to really matter because we're going to...
No, we're not.
We're not going to beat it in 2 weeks, dude. It's not going to happen.
Nah.
You've got a fucking pipe dream going on.
I think I'll get 250 in a week.
Yeah, you'll get to 50, but that's the thing. I'm at 50 with the 50 quests, and they're all 50 now. I don't have anything stopping me. So should I wait, or should I not wait?
Should he stay, or should he go?
Yeah.
Now.
Should I stay, or should I go now? That is the question.
All right. Well, I think that's going to end it for this episode. I want to thank you guys for listening, and thank you very much for sending in the mobile review.
Yeah, that was awesome.
If you guys want to leave a mobile review, just record an audio file. All you need is a microphone.
It's true.
And a computer or a phone.
Yeah, you could do it over Skype, I guess, if you're like prepped.
Try to get the audio quality as good as you can possibly.
Yeah, theirs was pretty good. So,
but you don't need to be don't need to worry about it too much because I can mess with it later on in post.
Right, we can do post on your file.
So thank you very much, and thank you to future mobile reviews for the series.
Thanks for playing it, so we don't have to.
Just a reminder, you guys, I have put. I put small, discrete Google ads on the site.
Yes.
And I've also put a link on Amazon. So if you want to support the show in a way other than Patreon or PayPal, then you can just simply click through the Amazon link, bookmark that as your Amazon homepage, and then when you buy something off of Amazon,
we get a small percentage.
We get a small percentage as a kickback, and it'll help out.
So. Yeah, it's a cool way to support us without actually paying us.
And then as far as the ads on the site go, they shouldn't be annoying. They're not pop-ups or anything like that. It's just
there's
a
only one little
graphic there. Look at the ads. Consider the ads.
Well, we can't tell you to click on it.
I can't tell you to click on it, but I'm not going to not tell you to click on it to support the site.
Yes, it's very helpful.
Because you're not supposed to ask anybody to click on those things.
Yeah. So we're not asking.
But like all it's been telling me when I've gone on the site is like, do you want to buy Final Draft 9? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't have any money for it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if everybody else gets the Final Draft 9 one. I heard something about Filipino Cupid.
Yeah, Filipino Cupid, some dating site that Gammon Stark picked up.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe Gammon Stark.
So if you're into Filipino ladies history. Or if you're into screenwriting,
Philippinians. Yeah, go for it.
I'm not gonna tell you to click on the ads, but I'm not gonna not tell you to click on them.
Yes.
But in any case, please join the forums on ultimatefinalfantasy.com. You can also go to youtube.com/ultimatefinalfantasy, Twitter @UFF Podcast, Facebook.com/ultimatefinalfantasy. You can support us on Patreon. You can watch Caleb play Final Fantasy XIV on twitch.tv/ultimatefinalfantasy. And that's going to be it for this week, Caleb.
All right, guys. Well, until next time.
Yeah. Next time's 14.1.0 Part 2.
Yes. Enjoy the grind.
This has been another production of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. The show was produced by Joseph DeGollier and Caleb Schweiss, with music and editing by Joseph DeGollier, parodies and clips from their respective authors, of course. You can get all of our episodes as well as our Let's Plays at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can also contact us on Twitter @UFF Podcast, as well as our contact page on our website. Be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Your reviews may get read on the show, and look forward to the next episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast.